Hello, and welcome to today's Focus on the Test mini lesson. Welcome to all of our subscribers, and thank you very much for joining us. Also to our students, continue the excellent progress that you're making, and remember that your labor is not in vain. It will pay off in the end. If you're an adult seeking to earn your high school credential, be sure to check out our website at www.yourpathforadultlearners.com, where you can learn more about our online GED and Hiset program. So now on to our lesson for the day. Are you looking to earn your high school equivalency diploma? Well, here's your opportunity. We are currently accepting applications into our 2020 online GED and Hiset cohort. Apply today and get access to tons of resources and support. To apply, visit our website at www.yourpathforadultlearners.com. Hello everyone. So in today's lesson, we're going to discuss how to add and subtract integers. So in the previous video, you actually learned what are integers. And in this particular problem, we're going to solve a problem that relates to adding and subtracting integers. So now why did we select this particular lesson? It's because in our cohort meeting today, we had a few individuals that had difficulty solving the icebreaker, which related to this particular topic. So we want to make sure that you're comfortable with solving basic algebra problems before you consider even solving advanced algebra problems. So now let's look at this very basic algebra problem. So here we have 30 plus negative 28 plus 35 minus 32. Okay, so now when we look at this particular problem, the first thing that you should do is ask yourself, how do I go about solving it? That's the first question that should come to your mind. And then the second should be your answer, and the answer should be, what are the rules? So once you familiarize yourself with the rules, you can easily solve these sort of problems. So the first thing that we're going to do as we approach this problem is we're going to remember the rule, which is the order of operations, that tell us that we must first solve what's inside of our parentheses first. So here we have 35 minus 32, and when we subtract these two integers, we actually get 3. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually bring down our plus sign. We have a negative 28 in parentheses. We're going to keep that here simply because we also have this plus sign here. So we're going to bring down our plus sign as well as our 30. So now we have simplified this particular problem, and we now have 30 plus negative 28 plus 3. So the next thing that we're going to do is we see a positive 30 here and a positive 3 here, which are alike. And so we're going to actually add these two up. So when we add them up, we get 33. We have this plus sign here, so we're going to add the plus, and then we're going to bring down our negative 28. The reason why we're going to keep this in parentheses is because we have this positive sign here, which is our operational sign, and we want to make sure that we actually add these two up. Okay, so here we have we have 33, positive 33 plus a negative 28. So now the rule is when you have a positive and a negative, you need to subtract. Okay, so we're going to actually subtract. Okay, and that's going to give us 5, but it's going to give us a positive 5 because our 33 is positive, so our answer will also be positive. So we have a positive 5. So how do we go about solving this problem? The first thing we did was we looked at the problem, then we asked ourselves, what is it that we need to do? Then we came up with our own answer by recalling the fact that we do need to apply the rules in terms of solving this particular problem. Once we understand what the rules are, we can simply and easily solve this sort of problem. So now in our next problem, we're actually going to look at subtracting integers. So this should be fun. So in this particular problem, we have 19 minus 44 minus negative 14. Okay? So when we look at this problem, once again, we should be asking ourselves questions. And the question, number one, should be, how do I go about solving this problem? And the answer you should get is by applying the rules. So then the next question should be, what are the rules? Okay, so in this case, you're going to make sure that you remember or you are familiar with the rules for actually subtracting integers. So in this case, when we look at this problem, we first want to know to get rid of our parentheses. Okay, so here we have a negative in front of this negative integer, which is inside of our parentheses. So the first thing you want to keep in mind is whenever you see a negative in front of a parentheses, it's always implied that there is a 1 there. So we're going to put a 1 here, and I'll use a different marker. So we're going to put a 1 here. But remember, this 1 is usually not here, but we're going to put it there because you need to know that it's always present, okay? It's implied that the 1 is there. So here we have a negative 1 times, because we have this integer inside of the parentheses, so this is going to be times a negative 14. Well, if you multiply any number times 1 will give you that number. But because we have a negative here and we have a negative here, it's going to automatically give us a positive 14 because a negative times a negative, the rule is that it gives us a positive. So here we have a positive 14 because 1 times any number is that number, and in this case will be the number 14. All right, so once we've done that, we can now bring down our other integers. So now I have simplified this problem and ended up with 19 minus 44 plus 14. So now I'm going to look for my common numbers, the numbers that are alike according to the signs. So here I have 19 plus 14. I have a positive 19 and a positive 14, so I can combine those together. So when I combine them together, I actually get 33. And now the only thing I need to do is bring down my negative 44. So now I have positive 33, a negative 44, okay? So I have a positive and a negative, and the rule is that I subtract, okay? So when I subtract them, I get 11, but do I get a positive 11 or do I get a negative 11? And what's going to actually determine whether it's positive or negative? So in this case, I'm actually going to get a negative 11. How do I know it's going to be a negative 11? Because I have a negative 44, which is a higher integer in terms of the number than 33, because 33 is positive, okay, but my 44 is negative, so I'm going to get a negative 11. Are you looking to earn your high school equivalency diploma? Well, here's your opportunity. We are currently accepting applications into our 2020 online GED and Hiset cohort. Apply today and get access to tons of resources and support. To apply, visit our website at www.yourpathforadultlearners.com. So good luck testing. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification button down below so that you're notified on our new releases. Also, join us on our other social media platforms, such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.